Alright, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And real quick, before we get started, as always, I want to give a lovely shout out to the channel members on this channel. So thank you so much to these lovely commanders here that you see on screen. Thank you guys so much for your guys' constant generosity and support to me as always. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. If you guys are actually interested in becoming a lovely commander yourself, if you are interested in any of these cute and lovely emotes, loyalty crown badges, you want a special role in the Discord, make sure to join the Discord. But as always, if you choose to do so, thank you so much. Just remember, that's not the only way that you can support me. Just watching the content like you are right now is truly the best way. Liking, subscribing, and commenting, everything really does help. So thank you guys so much. And for today's video, while we're finally wrapping up hard mode for Breddy's event, getting through the story, either clearing solo raid or co-op, getting through what's going on right now, we are moving on towards the next event. And with the next event in mind, I do want to let you guys know that remember that this is probably going to be the final bait before the anniversary. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but for now, let's actually get started because we actually know about what's going to be the next banner, and we kind of already knew about it based on the recruitment banner for Breddy, so it's a little obvious. So let's get started. Let's actually put it on screen right here. And as always, we're at Goddess of Victory Nikke Twitter. Pick up recruitment notice for our lovely girl Crust, a Nikke who creates and researches food. Crust is coming soon. Pick up recruitment begins simultaneously. Stay tuned. Now, I kind of called this one a while ago that we were probably going to be seeing this because back in one of my videos before we had Breddy, I did mention that this might be another Eins Vi situation. And what that means is basically we actually pull up the actual Nikke events. We look over here, go towards the top of last year. You can actually see that we had Juvenile Days, which was for Ein, and then we actually had Colorless, which was for Zvi. So they were basically like two characters in the same squad, but they had separate events. That's exactly what they did here. So I'm not surprised by that. But this time it's a little bit more interesting because we're really close to the half Annie. But before we talk about that, let's actually get a good look at Crust. And for some reason, the picture that they uploaded is very small. So it's a little actually kind of crusty. I know that's kind of like a pun, but like seriously, like it's really small for some reason. But on what we can see here, I really liked her in the event that we had with Breddy. I know some people complain about her. For me, you know, this type of character is just not my thing. I do not care, you know, protect this type of character, but I am not for this type of character at all. Just a strong personal preference. I will not be talking much about this character in a certain way. I'll protect this character and that's it. I do love her color palette though. I do like the pinks and the whites. I mean, that's literally my Booette. I love the pinks and the whites. It looks really cute. I do like her little drones and stuff. That's very interesting. You can see a little bit of the teaser of her MLB wallpaper right there on the bottom left. I do wonder, I remember seeing some whispers in the air about it, but I kind of forgot how it looked. But I wonder how they're going to approach this event. And I wonder if we're probably going to be seeing the Tia and Aid skin maybe as like a welcome thing. Because we do know that they are getting outfits for spring, and then we also have like the Tia dessert skin. She's wearing an apron. So I wonder if that has to do with this event that we're getting with Crust. But to switch it up a little bit, I wonder if we're going to keep going with the serious Splendidman story or if it's going to be something different as a whole. Because as much as I'd want serious stuff, I kind of want to just chill event. That's just kind of like a vibe, especially before the 2.5 anniversary where it'll probably be really serious. I know some people were talking about how they didn't really like her, not just because of like who she is, but like she really stands out in an odd way that I can kind of understand. Because with how she looks, this is like very almost like out of pocket for a Nikke design. Sometimes I look at her and it feels like almost like a Sailor Moon design just based on everything in the pastels and stuff. But for me, you know, I kind of think it's really cute, so I don't mind it at all. The amount of facial expressions that they gave her throughout the event is probably a big reason why I'm probably pulling for her. She's very expressive and I think that's actually adorable. It is interesting that they are doing this type of character before the 2.5 because I've seen some whispers in the air. I mentioned in a video, but I'm not going to be talking about it. But there are going to be some similarities between the welfare unit probably, if the whispers in the air are true. So just, you know, keep your guys' like expectations in check. But as a timing, this is going to be an interesting time because I don't know if that many people are going to be pulling for this banner. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's going to be worth it for a lot of people because we also did see whispers about the kit. You know, we don't know if it's 100%, so I'm not going to talk about it. But if it's real, the values don't look that great. And then also, I believe it's a manual type character. So for me, it's an instant red flag. I'm not going to even invest in this character. Depending how the kit goes, we're just probably going to be doing Union shooting range testing, and I'm not going to even actually invest in the character. I just don't care. Timing-wise, it's interesting, like I mentioned, because we are getting close to the 2.5 right now. And if we actually base it off of year 1, when we had Overzone for the 0.5, we are actually very similar to this. Because Crest event actually launches on April 9th, that Wednesday night, Pacific Standard Time. So there's like a 4-day difference here between the last event that happened before Overzone, which was the 0.5. We are actually going to get the 0.5 probably on the 23rd. Like I said, there is a bit of a difference, but the similarities are still there. So expect to see some news throughout Crust banner in regards to probably a live stream info for the 2.5. So get excited because we're actually going to start getting there really soon. It's going to go by quick. Now, I don't know when they're actually going to start like announcing the 2.5, a live stream and everything, but as soon as that releases, obviously I will provide more info. For now though, we are going to just be waiting on the kit, maybe like story info and all that. So be ready. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Are you guys actually even excited to pull for this character? Are you guys going to actually be pulling, saving? Let me know. I think for now, the plan with uploading right now is probably waiting for the kit after this announcement. But then tomorrow, I think I'm going to be uploading about Girls Frontline 2 because we are getting Aphelion Part 2. So expect that. Remember, I try to do both games, but Nikke always comes first. That is going to be it from me though. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely night, wherever you're from. And as always, thank you so much for the constant support. Take care and have a good one.